Kia ora, welcome back everybody. Hey, very quickly here with another reaction video in regards to Mike Day, the gentleman who was shot 27 times, former SEAL Team 6 operator, I believe, or Navy SEAL anyway. And so let's jump on in. Very quickly though, before we get into the video, just want to shout out JJ Andrews. Thank you very much for sending this link through. I first heard about Mike Day on my reaction video to DJ Shipley on the Sean Ryan show. I'm still chipping away and making my way through that. But I heard DJ mention that, and I think this was all part of one of those same incidents or contacts, tasks that they were on at the same time. And I'm pretty sure that the first time I heard this was when DJ spoke about it. And so I have been keen. I wasn't too sure, so in my reaction I'm pretty sure I stayed away from saying that that Mike was alive or anything, because I didn't know anything about it. And so being sent this link from JJ, thank you very much. I've seen the first 20 seconds of this, so I've seen the writing and that comes up and talks about it, and the rest of it I have not seen. So I'm so happy that this guy is still alive, and I'm going to provide a reaction to this clip, and I'm sure there'll be other ones and other interviews that he's no doubt done as I start having a look. So anyway, sorry for all that ramble and waffle. Let's jump in this time.
Mike Day. I was in the SEAL teams for 21 years. I got out of the Navy in 2010, and I was a wounded warrior advocate for about 7 years. I moved into teaching military free fall. And currently, right now, I teach New York SWAT, police, active shooter tactics, how to deal with active shooter, and I also teach the SEAL teams, urban warfare and CQC tactics.
Sorry to cut him off. This one's a short one anyway, but I'll no doubt do other reactions to other other interviews that he's probably done. But what a chilled dude, man. Like, just sitting there, very unassuming, very clearly, very, very humble. Far out. Just it's amazing to see. And then how's that? He was talking about he trained SWAT, I think. Trained SWAT police, training them in how to deal with active shooter situations. Can't remember what else quite off the top of my head of who else he said he's trained. Oh, Navy SEALs in that as well, and CQC stuff. In the end, man, close quarter combat for those that sort of. I think there's a bit of a difference in terms of it from CQB and CQC. I'm no expert on the finer differences between the two, so I'm not going to try to speak to that. It's some more homework for me to look into. But imagine having somebody like this, not at your disposal, there to help you be better. Working with veterans, that was the other thing as well. I think I heard him say, I'm not sure if he's still doing that. I'm sure he is still serving. And then clearly with what happened, like the elephant in the room, going into that room, 4 enemy, hammering him, being shot 27 times, that's I've never been shot once, let alone taking 27 bullets and fighting on, taking out those 4 terrorists or those 4 enemy combatants where they went into, and then he walks himself to the medevac chopper, or to the chopper to get medevac. Bro, I hope this guy is never having to pay for any meals when he goes out. He shouldn't have to pay for no gas or petrol. I hope that's for those if people find out or they know who he is, I hope that people there, just go, hey, meals on the house. Man, if I saw him and happened to be eating in the same place and I go, hey, that's Mike Day, confirmed it, mate, I would be going to the restaurant, check out and saying, please let me pay for that guy's food or meal or whatever it is that he's having here tonight. Incredible, man. Far out. Sorry, there's only 47 seconds and I've been rambling for blanket nearly half an hour, it feels like. Anyway.
In the SEAL teams, everybody has like a specific job. I was more of an engineering, air operations type guy, but I mean, you have so many different jobs. Everybody shoots, everybody's a breacher, everybody's a...
I'm not sure what I understand there's little bits that he just shared there, but air operations guy, I'm not sure what he means in terms of his role that he was more of. I'm not sure if he means he was more sort of required or responsible for helo sniping type stuff or what, or pilot. Anyway, I don't know. So we'll see what else. And that's why I'm going to be ending up going down a Mike Day rabbit hole, everybody. Just like I have on the DJ Shipley and Kyle Morgan and Christian Craighead. So still plenty more to cover off on those three gentlemen's stories.
Calm guy. At the end of 21 years in the Navy, I was a senior chief, E8. My last deployment, I was the platoon chief. April 2007, my last operation in Iraq on my last deployment. We were tasked with going after an Al-Qaeda cell that had shot down 4 helicopters. We did a helicopter insert did about a 4-kilometer patrol into the target. Got some overhead notification from SS that we had overhead that there was people in the area that knew we were there. We slimmed down the target package, and we were supposed to hit 4 houses that night. Decided to just hit the one. We get up to the house. The breach team goes up, and they open up one of the doors, and it doesn't have access to the rest of the house. I'm on another door. I turn and kick that door, open up into a small foyer. 2 doors in there. We stacked and split the train to go into both of these rooms. Did simultaneous room entries, and in my room there was 4 guys. 2 of them had AK-47s. One had an M4. One had a pistol, and they just beat me to the trigger. They opened up on me. I lost my rifle.
Sorry to cut him off. I just wanted to say it. I just heard him say he lost his rifle when they opened up on him, and he said that they beat him to the trigger. Well, thank goodness they didn't beat him enough, and he managed to ultimately win the day. Mike Day. Anyway, sorry.
As I was traveling down the left wall, I transitioned to my pistol, and I eliminated the guy down the left wall, landed right next to him, and started shooting around the room. The second guy that I eliminated had pulled a pin on a grenade and was trying to run out in the hallway to blow up the guys in the hallway. I shot him, he dropped the grenade, it blew up and knocked me out. So a couple things that were going on behind me. As the train goes into the room, we enter a room as fast as we can. So we put 4+ people into a room as fast as we can. So as soon as the door opens up, everybody's going in. I was number 1. My number 2 guy got shot in the chest. My number 3 guy got killed in the doorway. And a SEAL named Clark Schwedler was shot in the back of the neck from a round that passed through 2 doorways. So that was everything that was going on behind me. When I was unconscious on the ground from the grenade blast, a couple guys tried to get back in the room. There were still 2 guys with AK-47s.
Hey, sorry, I got to pause. I'm not sure if, obviously one of the guys he mentioned was that died. I think it was the 3rd one, 4th one, shot in the back of the neck. I'm not sure if he passed away as well. Maybe we'll hear it in here. Maybe we'll find out more. But man, what the courage to stack on any door, and the courage to enter, and the terminology that he's using the train when they go in and try to saturate that room with 4 guys, 4 operators as quickly as they can. Obviously, good drills, but got knocked out. So he's been shot multiple times at this stage, fragged by the grenade, which knocked him out for I don't know how long. He's neutralised one of the threats along the wall and managed to take out the second guy, but that frag dropped inside there, and he's got, finding out later, obviously, about, the other members of his team that were behind him. This is crazy. Yeah, there has to be more interviews with this guy, I'm sure. So I'll be going through this gentleman's interviews for a while as well, no doubt. I wonder if he's been on the Sean Ryan show, so I'll have a look. I haven't seen that yet, but I'm sure somebody will either let me know or I'll come across it, because I'm going to be hunting around for more from this gentleman.
That were just throwing rounds out through the doorway. So they couldn't get in there. They asked for status in the house. I was unconscious. They left the house, and when they were leaving the house, I woke up and saw the two guys across the room shooting over top of me at the guys leaving. So I re-engaged them with my pistol.
Holy heck. So he's been knocked out by the sounds of things. They likely thought he was dead. Thank goodness the enemy thought that he was dead. And instead of putting a couple more into him, they figured he's dead. There's only two of them left. They're thinking they'll save their ammunition. Now they're shooting over him, and he wakes up and then takes them out by the sounds of things. So anyway, that part is cool. Not the fact that the guys have been injured, shot, killed, and that he's been knocked out. But the part that's cool is that they didn't drill him anymore, and they've mistakenly thought that he is already gone when he's not.
Run a mag dry, do a mag change. They realize I'm shooting at them. They re-engage me. And then they hit the foot of the magazine. It literally blows the hand grips off the pistol, causes the malfunction. And I clear that malfunction and wind up killing those two dudes with that pistol that had been shot with an AK. Yeah, I realize I'm shot. I mean, when this whole thing...
What's that? Holy heck. This must be his stuff, eh? Just the footage on here. Oh, yeah. Mike's body armor from that day. Duh. Should have read that first. Right. Clearing that stoppage. Taking those other two guys out. Well, I think he said the pistol that he was using that had been shot already. Sorry, I missed that part anyway. I'm going to go back, try to hear that piece again, and then carry on because my ears were rubbish and I didn't hear it.
So they couldn't get in there. They asked for status in the house. I was unconscious. They left the house, and when they were leaving the house, I woke up and saw the two guys across the room shooting over top of me at the guys leaving. So I re-engaged them with my pistol, run a mag dry, do a mag change. They realize I'm shooting at them. They re-engage me. And then they hit the foot of the magazine. It literally blows the hand grips off the pistol, causes the malfunction. And I clear that malfunction and wind up killing those two dudes with that pistol that had been shot with an AK. Yeah, I realize I'm shot. I mean, when this whole...
Wow. So they hit his pistol by the sounds of things. Blows the hand grips off, he was saying, of the pistol. Clears that stop, which causes a stoppage. Clears that obstruction or stoppage. Gets it going again, and then takes them out. So that's what I heard. Hopefully my ears were working better that time. Let's crack on.
The whole thing happened. I had to ask myself if I was getting shot. I've never been shot before.
Sorry, I was just blown away by looking at that body armor, the plate, and how distorted it is. Pretty sure, like, those are AK rounds that were coming. There's a pistol, and I forget what he said the fourth one might have been. But I'm pretty sure your plates aren't, this is going back a while now, but I'm pretty sure the plates aren't rated to take much more than 1 or 2 rounds in them before they're deemed to be ineffective. So it's some good kit, plus maybe some divine intervention, whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe in. But it still doesn't replace the character, the heart, the bravery, the courage of the man to carry on and stay in the fight and wake up after being knocked out from a grenade going off, no doubt being fragged by that grenade that's gone off. He's already been shot multiple times by this stage, and then just hooking back in.
I had to ask myself if I was getting shot. I've never been shot before, and it was actually a question. Everything slowed down. I was in like a matrix. I saw the spin of the bullets. I saw vapor trails. I can tell you for every bullet impacted. And it was pretty surreal. I don't even know if I'm making this up. But I've done so many transition drills that I didn't tell myself to transition. I didn't tell myself to grab my pistol. Yeah, that's why we train the way we did. Repetition builds muscle memory. When you're in high stress situations, sometimes you just don't think. It has to become automatic. Everything that I did in that room wasn't so much a conscious thought process. It was muscle memory, and that's why we train the way we do. Anybody that trains for anything.
I love what he's just shared there, and speaking about and that unconscious competence, whereby you just instinctively and naturally know what to do, and hence why on one of the other reactions on the First Among Equals documentary, and they're into the CQB phase and talking about that, or where I was talking about that, you spend that much time on the range and developing your drills or sharpening up your drills, your changeovers, your stoppage drills, going from your primary to secondary, how you move, how you enter, what to do on a man down drill, whether it's close country, urban or open country, from a vehicle, just the list goes on. It sounds like, and it is, a heck of a lot, but when you get there and you're just immersed in it every day, and you're doing that, you're rocking up to work, you're like checking in, then you're doing PT, then you're going off doing PT, then you get cleaned up and you come back to work and you're drawing weapons and you're going to wherever it is that you need to go to for that day, weapons, magazines, demolitions. You're on the range for however long, then you come back and then you're doing scenarios on a kill house or whatever the case might be, or the situation or the scenario, and you're repeatedly doing that over and over again, tweaking things as you go, doing slightly different scenarios, then you're doing aircraft options, then you're doing it from the water, then you're doing train options, and the list just goes on and on. You repeat that enough times, and you do, through the exposure and the repetition and the people that you're around and what you're learning each time, you do develop that unconscious competence, or that you end up on autopilot. It's just instinctive, and you don't need to use any of your bandwidth or additional bandwidth to think about it. You know where your secondary sidearm is, you know where your magazines are, you know where your spare mags are, your extra mags, you know where your explosives are, or your frag if you've got them, or your concussive grenades, or your flashbangs, whatever the case might be. You know where your knife is, you know where all your kit is, your first aid, your tourniquet, and it's an awesome thing to be that prepared. Although, listening to him, I can't speak for him, but I can speak for myself. I don't think there's anything that could prepare me for being shot once, let alone 27 times. But this guy, man, he should not have to pay for it. I've said this already, the meals, petrol, shopping, whatever, man. This guy walks into your store there somewhere, or people know him. I hope people, for his service, sacrifice, selflessness, his heroism, his bravery, his courage. Some people may not agree with me on that. Hey, if you don't agree, you're probably not here on this channel anyway. And respect your decision. That's your thought. That's your decision. But mine, 100%. This guy, incredible. I can't even. I don't have the ability to word it in such a way that hits home, or that could connect with people. But what he's done, seeing how relaxed, he's just a awesome dude, just real chilled, nonchalant. Like, this is what's happened. No doubt there's a lot of trauma and stuff there for him, I would imagine, especially with the loss. Or I don't know if those other guys, there was definitely one that died that he mentioned, but with how that impacts. And so he'll be carrying a heavy burden and weight, no doubt, I would imagine. But I'm so glad that he's he, like the DJ Shipleys of the world and many others, are here to share their story and their experience, and just to see how, just my visual perspective of him, just to see how chilled he is, and what a, just seems like a awesome dude. He's another one I'd love to just meet, connect with, spend some time in his presence and just pick his brain. Not necessarily delve into all of that, but I mean about what he's doing now, what he does after, like post that, because he's probably been asked that many times, probably sick of it, doesn't need a little Lincoln Māori boy from New Zealand harassing him about getting him to relive that again. Although I'm sure he would probably, for anybody, would probably be kind enough to go through it. But I'm glad I'm getting to see this now through here and providing a reaction. Haven't even gone to it. There's only 5 minutes and I've been yapping on for bloody 21 minutes. Sorry. Anyway.
Has to train to the highest stress level they can, so that when the stress levels are that high, you don't really have to think. All those thousands of times that I did transition drills going from my rifle to my pistol, it was completely automatic. I didn't have to look at it. I had 2 points of retention on that thing. I didn't have to look at it to get it out of the holster. It was just the years and years of repetitive training, and it just builds that muscle memory to the point where, I mean, that's all it is. It's muscle memory. You're literally not using your brain because it's already ingrained.
Armored one. Wow. That's awesome. Muscle memory automatically ingrained. Yeah, 100%. Like, I can connect and understand where he's coming from that perspective in terms of the drills and all that sort of thing. Cannot fathom, never even been close to having anything like that happen to me. But man, yeah, I'm going to be on a Mike Day rabbit hole, people. I just would love to hear more about this gentleman. I hope he's done a Sean Ryan one, so I'll have a look. If he has, somebody let me know, but otherwise I'm sure I'll get to it, because now it's on my very long list of reactions to do, and try to do my best to respect what these incredible people have done. It's hard for me to put into words. It should be a lot easier for me to put it into words, but it isn't, and I apologize for that. But I'm really grateful. I love what I have the opportunity to do right now, and it really fills my cup. It fills my cup to warms the heart. It makes me really appreciate even more each day what I have, and the opportunities in particular, the opportunities that I have to try to positively impact at least just one person, whether it's not just through this, whether it's through YouTube. If that helps, that's awesome. But in real life, with those around me, with people that I might meet, if I can have an opportunity to do that, and I'm aware of those and I take them, that's what I'm grateful for as well. And there's so many lessons from these people like this, that are vulnerable, that share their story, that seem to me to be extremely chilled and cool, very measured and calm, and just the type of people I would love to be around and just be in their presence and learn, pick their brain and ask them questions about a whole bunch of things, not just military stuff. But anyway, hey, thank you very much again, JJ, mate. This is awesome. This is a great, what do you call it? Dip the toes in the water to get a bit of an insight. And he reckoned that I would no doubt want to know more. You are 100% right, my friend. Thank you very much. And to all of those that have been kind enough to send through recommendations, suggestions for me to do reactions to. Really, really kind. Really, really appreciate the support and the comments. So I will do more of this. I will get to those other reactions, people. It's just, there is a lot to go through, and I'm grateful for it. I'm here for it. And I'll keep doing my best to chip away at it. So thank you all very much for your support. In closing, and as always, anybody out there going through any difficult times, challenges, struggles, man, stay in the fight, eh? Keep turning up, keep doing the best you can, keep keep putting one foot in front of the other, and know that better days are ahead. Better days will come. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Just over the horizon, there's going to be better, clearer days ahead, clearer skies ahead. I don't know when that will happen, but it will happen. So keep pushing on. Go always a little further, and remember, who dares wins. Until the next video.